Hello everyone, I am ChibiJo and I'm here with another Elder Scrolls reading. I know I promised last week that this week would be D&D, but unfortunately we had an extremely bad storm last Wednesday and my power went out. So unfortunately I was not able to host D&D, so we're going to do another Elder Scrolls reading. This one is Galerion the Mystic by Asgrim Kolsgreg. During the early bloody years of the Second Era, Vanus Galerion was born under the name Trectus, a serf on the estate of a minor nobleman, Lord Gernassi of Solisic on Kerr. Trectus's father and mother were common laborers, but his father had secretly, against the law of Lord Gernassi, taught himself and then Trectus to read. Lord Gernassi had been advised that literate serfs were an abomination of nature and dangerous to themselves and their lords, and had closed all bookstalls within Solisic on Kerr. All booksellers, poets, and teachers were forbidden except within Gernassi's keep. Nevertheless, a small-scale smuggling operation kept a number of books and scrolls in circulation right under Gernassi's shadow. When Trectus was 8, the smugglers were found and imprisoned. Some said that Trectus's mother, an ignorant and religious woman, fearful of her husband, was the betrayer of the smugglers. But there were other rumors as well. The trial of the smugglers was non-existent, and the punishment swift. The body of Trectus's father was kept hanging for weeks during the hottest summer Solisic on Kerr had seen in centuries. 3 months later, Trectus ran away from Lord Gernassi's estate, and he made it as far as Alanor, halfway across Somerset Isle. A band of troubadours found him nearly dead, curled up in a ditch by the side of the road, nursed him to health, and employed him as an errand boy in return for food and shelter. One of the troubadours, a soothsayer named Galerion, began testing Trectus's mind and found the boy, though shy, to be preternaturally intelligent and sophisticated given his circumstances. Galerion recognized in the boy a commonality, for Galerion had been trained on the Isle of Artaeum as a mystic. When the troupe was performing in the village of Potenza, on the far eastern end of Somerset, Galerion took Trectus, then a boy of 11, to the Isle of Artaeum. The magistrate of the Isle, Iachasis, recognized potential in Trectus and took him on as a pupil, giving him the name of Vanus Galerion. Vanus trained his mind on the Isle of Artaeum, as well as his body. Thus was the first Archmagister of the Mages Guild, trained from the Sigics of the Isle of Artaeum. He received his training from his childhood of want and injustice. He received his philosophy of sharing knowledge. Alright. This is a much shorter book this week. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope everyone kind of does their own studying of Elder Scrolls lore. I don't even know what episode this is on top of my head. It'll be down below. It's really fascinating how even going in alphabetical order, you don't feel like out of place. You kind of get like little hints and things of previous what the previous books kind of elaborated on into the next book in alphabetical order, because that's how I read them. It's relatively in alphabetical order. I do not recommend trying to hunt down Fool's Ebony. It is the story is not worth it. But this one was really interesting. I really like the history stuff. I think you guys could probably tell that just from me reading. I really love the history stuff more than like the comedic stories and all that. I'm a huge like lore and history nut when it comes to like RPGs. But anyways, everybody, that's all we have. Have an awesome day and a good night.